Spirit picked some dynamite cards, but time got away from us. So we re-recorded the sound, but the spirit and message is still the same. So the video and the sound are not going to match up. Hope you like it. Hello, this is Hard the Moon. We're going to be doing a reading for you, the Aquarius Moon sign reading. This is for people who were born under the Aquarius Moon. For those of you who are not familiar with the moon sign, it's where the moon was on the astrological wheel when you were born. Your sun sign could be different than your moon sign, or your sun sign could be the same as your moon sign. If you were born Taurus, you could have a Pisces moon, an Aries moon, or Aquarius moon. If you were born Aquarius sun, it's possible that you were born under Aquarius moon. That's when the sun was in Aquarius, also the moon. So you were most likely born under a new moon or something very close. So the Aquarius sun and the Aquarius moon are going to have very similar traits. So here's some traits from Aquarius, from the Decante energies. One is unconventional knowledge, which is the first Decante. The second Decante is growth. The third Decante is long-lasting success. No matter what soul journey Aquarius is on, it's going to bring in this long-lasting success. The third Decante, Aquarius. And Aquarius is energy of a comet. And a comet has long-lasting impacts. So there's a big energy for Aquarius. Another energy is an outsider energy. The outsider energy comes in from Delphinus, and the outsider energy is really confirmed with Aquarius because a comet comes usually outside of our solar system, so it's an outsider. Our moon sign energies are something that's very personal. Our sun sign energies are characteristics that we don't mind showing to the world. Our moon sign energies could also be like our sun sign energies, but they could also be very personal. Energies we love doing no matter what. An air sign's natural partner is obviously fire. So a pursuit of an air sign could put their thoughts into action. So if you were born under Aquarius moon, here's some questions that could resonate with you. Are you a great conversationist? Are you intelligent? Do you have a soft side for humanity? I can only speak from experience. I have a good friend who is actually a Leo. Leo is the teammate for Aquarius. And she was a great conversationist. She was intelligent. And I can personally say she had a soft side for humanity. And she was a bit of an outsider for sure. Also, she had some quirky habits. She did a couple things I didn't see before. She'd always have a glass of water with ice on her night table before she went to bed. But the strangest one, she would decorate her walls with frames with no pictures in them. Here's some groups of people who channeled the energy of Aquarius. Now, Nebuchadnezzar and Cyrus the Great channeled Leo, but Aquarius energies can transpose over to its energetic partner, Leo. Hannibal, Alexander the Great, and the Lord channeled the energy of Aquarius. All five of them were outsiders. And all five of them manifested this energy of long-lasting success. Princess Diana was actually a Cancer sun sign. Her moon sign was Aquarius. And didn't she feel like an outsider? And I believe she had some quirky habits. So the sun lights everything up on the outside, and the moon reveals things on the inside. So maybe that's one reason why our moon energies seem to be like introverted. Another effect the moon has on us is, for example, if someone was born under a Pisces moon, Neptune, one of the rulers of Pisces, brings in this energy of illusion and dreams. And there's something about our moon energies that we just love doing no matter what. So for someone who was born under a Pisces moon, they could live in a dream world forever because that's what they love doing. But living in the dream world and the real world are two different things. Who are the rulers of Aquarius, Uranus, and Saturn? The moon's effect could make the air signs feel timid about their voice. Especially with Aquarius, Saturn could put a restriction on Aquarius's voice, the way they express themselves. That's just the thing about the moon's energy. The moon effects we could learn to love, even to our detriment. So Aquarius is already a natural outsider. Aquarius could feel aloof and not say anything and feel fine about it. But Heart of the Moon doesn't preach. Heart of the Moon strongly believes that everyone is a manager of their own energies. If Aquarius Moon wants to stay aloof, but what if Spirit has something in store for you? What if Spirit has a plan for you? So Heart of the Moon just points things out. So our readings are in the spirit of suggestion. I think it's beneficial just to understand how energy flows. A good example on how energy flows is how an engine works. Like if you have a factory-made engine that produces 90 horsepower, experts can turn that factory-made engine into a supercharged engine that can produce 200 plus horsepower. One way they do it is smoothing down all the corners that can be smoothed down to streamline energy. Like if you've ever hiked along a brook or a fast-moving stream, sometimes sticks and leaves can clog up a bottleneck. If you remove the leaves and sticks, obviously the water is going to flow better. So that's the idea, to encourage a flow of energy. That seems pretty obvious. That seems pretty intuitive and obvious. So, but what if we love it though? Can you see the dilemma? Earth energies seem to have this natural way of doing things over and over again, and they don't seem to mind because Earth is solid, immovable. So Spirit suggests for the earth signs, like Taurus, to get out of a spiritual rut, to embrace their spontaneous or unpredictable side, to encourage a flow of energy. So I guess, in a sense, Spirit, the experts, are trying to make a factory-built engine into a supercharged one. And that's us. So maybe Spirit has a plan for that supercharged one. So it's all about encouraging a flow of energy. But one engine could be different from another. There's going to be some similarities. But a Scorpio engine is going to be different from Aquarius one, and so on and such forth. So it makes kind of sense that Spirit is going to encourage us to be aligned with our energy. Don't you think? So, what's one energy of Aquarius? An outsider. An Aquarius is a natural outsider. What's one way of encouraging a flow of energy naturally into the outsider engine? Well, once you think about it, it's any energy that could be considered outside of the norm. One energy could be quirkiness. Quirkiness, what's that? It's a habit. It's an unpredictable habit. It's weird. It could be strange. Well, it could be weird and strange to some, but at the same time, it could be appealing. So these moon readings help to identify spiritual blockages, something like a spiritual rut. We could even shun our moon energies. If that's the case, then take the above. Encourage a new flow of energy. On the other hand, if you've embraced your energy, like the outsider, maybe you're aloof. At the same time, you want to be more expressive. So we're going to be doing the abridged version of the Hourglass spread. We're going to have one line and a second line and a card in the middle. What's the heart of the matter? So the first question, as you might have guessed, what is an offbeat rhythm I can groove to? We're going to be talking about the second question right after the tea leaves. So what's in the tea leaves? All right. The Hand of Fate picked the yoke energy. Feeling tied down or frustrated. That's exactly what we were talking about. If you feel like you're in a spiritual rut, perhaps it's time to supercharge that engine of yours. Nice. And that's one of the reasons why we do these moon readings, to help someone get out of their spiritual rut or spiritual yoke. Okay. What's in door number 2? The bag. Something important, such as a new job or a raise. Something important, such as a new job or a raise. Nice. There you go. Embrace something new to get out of your spiritual yoke. That's one thing I like about those tea leaves, is we could stop this reading here. These two tea leaves, says it all. It'll just be redundant. But for the sake of conversation and discussion, to flesh out anything else, we'll go further. All right. Now the second question, like Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Moon energies are basically the same, but the Sun energies could be more easier to express than the Moon energies. But if you boil everything down, the Sun and Moon energies are equally strong. Like I said, maybe Spirit has a plan for that engine. Or maybe you want to come off the fence and join in on the conversation. Second question is, how can I be more expressive? There's something about Aquarius that has a soft side for humanity. It could be holding out on us. Some knowledge that could bring long-lasting success for humanity. What do you think? So again, the first question is, what is an offbeat rhythm I can groove to? Second question, how can I be more expressive? Thanks, Spirit, for the cards. The first card is the Ace of Pentacles. The aces are all about originality. The Ace of Pentacles energizes the first decante of Capricorn. Capricorn is cardinal energy. Cardinal energy is all about originality. France and Napoleon energized the spirit of Capricorn. Napoleon was similar to Caesar. And what did Caesar do? Caesar did away with the Republic and entered into a new stage for Rome, which was the Empire. And that was what Napoleon did. He abolished feudalism. He abolished the past, to put it really simply, and his reforms were the precursor to the administration we have to this day. Taken as a whole, the Peruvian civilization energized Capricorn energy were isolated from everyone, so they had to invent everything. The Incan are very famous for their farming techniques, like the terraces. The stonework. There's some unexplained stonework that came out of the Peruvian civilization. I think that's the big message here, is originality. And Chuck Berry, what was he known for? He was known for the duck walk. Eddie Van Halen, he had his jump. Angus Young, his scissor walk. Pete Townsend, windmill. All those things are original. All those things that can identify a person quite easily. If you look at the symbolism on the card, the symbolism of the lilies, within a reading, the appearance of a lily or lilies refers to a period of personal growth and development for the sitter. Sitter is the public. The sitter is whoever resonates with this message. And the symbolism of the path, within a reading, a path or a road refers to the fact that the sitter is facing a new path in life. That seems kind of intuitive and obvious. The sitter might be about to set out on that new path or may already have taken their first few steps on it. Either way, this path represents a whole new and potentially exciting experience for the sitter. The gateway on the card is very significant too. It's like someone is walking through a new gateway. But Heart of the Moon can't really answer that question because it wouldn't be original. So only you can answer that question. The next card is Three of Wands, which is Aries energy, more cardinal energy. So that just helps to confirm originality. Spirit is stressing originality. I think this is just a reminder. Aries is about turning ideas into action. So those are the two big takeaways from those cards. Originality and turning ideas into action. Nice. The second set of cards, the first card is the Camel. The Camel has a very obvious physical characteristic that is easily recognizable. It's obviously the hump. More fire energy too. The physical characteristic could also add more dimension to our personality. The next card is the Lizard. And that's another personality we can easily identify by its scales. Oh, so this is our clothing or something that we wear. The camel is obviously a physical characteristic. A lizard is wearing clothes that can easily identify him or her. What's the real life example of physical characteristic? A physical characteristic in itself can be an identifier. Also, our clothes. What's a good example of both? The hippies from the 70s. They had long hair and clothes that were identifiers. What could be another example? Oh yeah, the movie Escape from New York. If you're a fan of that movie, you should check out the opening scene that was deleted. It's a really interesting backstory of how Snake Plissken was arrested. He's with a partner. But the takeaways that contribute to our discussion, Snake Plissken had a patch. His partner had a limp. Two really good identifiers. As soon as we see a camel and a lizard, they're easy to identify. Okay, cool. So that's it. The second set of cards really adds more dimension to a personality. Call me Camel. Okay, what's at the heart of the matter? Nourishment. Water in the family of transition. Okay, nice. This is really easy to identify. This is the water bearer's energy. We've picked up Aquarius energy for sure. What's at the heart of the matter? Nourishment for the soul. That's another idea for an identifier, like a pitcher of water, some kind of object. Those cards are meant to help soup up your engine and break free from that yoke into something new and original. So what's the question again? What is an offbeat rhythm I can groove to? So let's see what the Animal Spirit Guidebook says about the camel. Resourceful, independent, knows oneself. Okay, nice. The camel can handle absolutely anything as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenge with ease, even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger. The camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, like fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler, and especially fond of trips to faraway lands. And that's a really good point too, because often our sun and moon signs, the energies are not a match. Earth, sun sign, and a fire moon or a air moon. And that's what we're trying to do to balance our sun and moon signs. To bring into balance a pilgrimage. Yeah, that's right. A pilgrimage could be a self-discovery journey. Here's another thing about the nourishment card. It has the energy of Aquarius, which is obvious, the water bearer, but Aquarius is air. So that could be another symbolism of the Aquarius constellation, is have a natural ability to balance two different types of energies. The first question is mainly to help someone get out of their spiritual yoke, their spiritual rut. So what's the second question? How can I be more expressive? Let's take a look. So first card, Seven of Swords. 7 energizes truth, and that could say a lot. An individual has 5 swords, but Spirit invites us to take 1 for a vision. This is the first decante of Gemini, and there's an energy of chaos in the first decante. How to get through that chaos? Holding on to 1 vision, because all other paths lead to nowhere. It's holding our own. The 7 of Swords is holding our own, holding strongly to our beliefs, being confident. Here's another energy of Gemini, speaking from the heart. What's the next card? It's the 10 of Cups. That is a beautiful energy. 10 of Cups. It's really an abstraction. With the 7 of Swords, Spirit invites us to hold on to 1 vision. And with the 10 of Cups, what's going to entice the Aquarian to come off his or her fence? Perhaps the 10 of Cups. Here's a visual. The 7 of Swords is an idea. The 10 of Cups is also an idea, but it's a visual. It's really simple as that. A clear visual in your mind where you want to go. We say this is an abstraction because it's really a visual of what you consider happiness and that may be different from another person. Like, I know this guy, he has 6 kids, has been with the same woman, and that's his happiness. His other friend is single, no kids, and no wife, and that's his happiness. How can I be more expressive? There's an engaging idea or vision, and there's also inspiration from the visual of the Ten of Cups. What it really boils down to, embrace your own happiness. The first set of cards is more about a self-discovery pilgrimage. The second set of cards, well, I guess the third set of cards answers the second question. It is what it is. If you're feeling tied down or frustrated, maybe you're in a spiritual yoke. Spirit suggests do something new and original to get you out of that rut. What you wear and your physical traits just adds another dimension to a personality. 7 of Swords, feeling confident, having faith in your beliefs, holding on to one vision or idea. What's your idea of happiness? The entire process could be food for your soul, nourishment. Nice. This could be something new for you, or maybe you've heard it before. But every now and then, we could use a wake-up call or a reminder. All right, let's see what the Nomadic Oracle says about the Nourishment card. Water in the family of transition, a free-flowing mental state, begins the process. Nourishment often speaks of loosening the bonds and lubricating the mechanisms of change. It may suggest a desire to break loose from old habits. That really supports our discussion, especially loosening the bonds and breaking away from old habits. Here's what it says about the consciousness. The creative can predict a big step forward in your ability to bring subtle awareness into focus, and a very strong suggestion that you will be able to discover fresh, creative solutions. That's going to be handy. Here's what it says about the air. It will be particularly beneficial to be freely receptive to other people's ideas or to initiate new dialogue. Both the conversation and the information it contains should be free-flowing and stimulating. Are you a good conversationist? Sometimes the book supports our reading. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it offers something new. The cards should be read in the context of the reading and the questions. As it turns out, the book really supports our discussion. Beautiful. The last card Spirit picked from the Rumi Oracle, the Blessing of Al-Hakim. That's a beautiful abstract. And that's one thing I love about abstracts. Some abstracts are meant to invoke a feeling in us. And every now and then, you can see shapes. Kind of like looking up in the sky at clouds. Then there's this type of abstract. See identifiable shapes, like a border of the sky and water. The circle shape could be a moon, or it could be the sun. It's not really clear. Okay, yes. Here's another example of 2 different energies, balancing 2 different types of energies. The sky, the air, and the water. Where the water and sky meet is full of mystery. Here's another reminder. Spirit is, we can't know everything. There's got to be some mystery. We don't know, we probably don't know exactly what Spirit has in store for us. Spirit is working behind the scenes too, so there's some mystery right there. The Blessing of Al-Hakim. What's that outside engine going to be like? Souped up. What's it going to look like on the outside? Something original? Full of mystery? The wheels are going to hug that straight line. In the end, what's it going to look like to you? See? We could have just left it at those 2 tea leaves. And this abstraction really says it all. Thanks, Spirit. Well, this has been the Aquarius Moon reading. Thanks for watching. Take care.